Okay, so now we are equipped with all the details of this software. So let's make a circuit, small simple voltage divider, and let's do some simulations. So first, what I would like to suggest is, what happens is usually people place control R like this, then control R this. There are two resistors, then one ground and one voltage source we need. Okay, we'll go into components, find a voltage source, and you click here, escape. Okay, and then you place wire across them like this. So this is our circuit complete now. Okay, escape. So this is normal voltage divider circuit, but there is a better way. So I will cut everything, or you can say undo everything, so that everything will vanish. Now what I'll do is, I'll first place the wires. Okay, like a box I will make here. This is a box, escape. So these are lines connected. Now I will place my components, control R. So you can see here it automatically fits in. Okay, control R again, it fits in, escape. Only voltage source is required. Voltage source, bring here positive negative, place it, and it automatically fits. And ground is remaining, so here you can put ground like this. Okay, so faster way of making a circuit. So that's what I'll suggest. So every time make wire first and then place components. Now you can see the values. Here this is the name R1, this is the name R2 of this resistor and this resistor, and the value is R, means you have not defined it till now, and the name of this voltage source is V1 and the value is V. So we have to assign values. So you can see when you will bring a cursor, you can see this hand, pointing hand, right click, and here you can select the value. Let's say I'll write 5 kilo ohm. Okay, tolerance and all power rating we neglect, we don't require. Or you can even select resistor, standard resistors which are available in the market, but we are not interested in that. We are just want simple simulation. Okay, this 5R, instead of in this fashion also you can write 5k, right click and okay. So same thing I did. Either you can bring your cursor here and click right click, then you will get this dialog box, and or either you can click this value, right click, you will get this dialog box. Both are almost similar. You can define your value in both the cases. Okay, and here I will keep right click 10, or let's say 20 volt. Okay, or you can even change from here. So no issues, like this also you can change 20, here also you can see. So now you are done with the circuit. So first what we have to do is simulate. So once you will run this, you have not defined what kind of simulation you want, and that's the reason this simulation, edit simulation command is coming, which you can see here as well. Yeah, here. Okay, so if you run it, because you have not defined what kind of simulation you want. So let's say we want DC operating point. So you can see that syntax here, and it is written here also, .op. So if you will okay, you will have this .op, you can see. Okay, that means you want DC analysis, or you can say operating point analysis. Now the same thing you can write from here also, spice derivative .op, okay, same thing will appear, or you can place it. So I will remove it, just wanted to show. Or you can write from text as well. So the difference between these two options is, here by default it will be treating as comment, and here by default it will be treating as spice directive. Spice directive means it will be part of simulation. Okay, if I want to put comment something, whatever I can write and I can place, it will be treated as comment. Nothing means just as if some text is written, so it will not hamper the simulation. So that is the meaning of sometimes you have to write comments also nearby in the simulation. That's when it helps. Okay, so I'll remove it. Now let's see the simulation. Operating point, run it, and you can see this dialog box appears. So it tells you all the node voltages and the currents across all the components. You can see the voltage at node 002 is 10, voltage at node 001 is 20, current through R2 is minus 2 milliampere, R1 is minus 2 milliampere, V1 is minus 2 milliampere. Now you can't touch anywhere. You can see you don't know which node is which one. So the better way of looking at is cross it and then bring the cursor here, and you can see in the bottom left corner here, bottom left corner, the name of the node and the operating point value. So VN001 is 20 volt, which is true, it is 20 volt. Here we are expecting 10 volt because it's a voltage divider, equal voltage divider. So here you can see 10 volt. Okay, VN002, bottom left corner. Then you can see the current here, it shows minus 2.001 milliampere, and power dissipated across this, it is minus because the current is flowing from this right to left, means it is showing in this fashion. Okay, and here also if you will see, the current is minus 2, it is from bottom to up, not up to bottom. If you will take up to bottom, it will be positive. Okay, I will show you how to see it. Then the power dissipation is 20 milliwatt. Here also you can see minus 2 milliampere, minus 40 milliwatt. Okay, so since that's how you do the operating point analysis, means you have a simple circuit and you have to run it. Just do the operating point analysis and you will get the voltages and currents in the circuit. Okay, now you can see here you can't see the direction of the current. Okay, there is no way. So that's why I don't recommend .op or operating point analysis. It's better to do a transient analysis. Okay, so we will go to simulate again, edit simulation CMD. Instead of DC operating point, we will go to transient and we will define the stop time as, let's say, 5 seconds. Okay, you can do anything. Syntax is here, you can see the text came here and you can put like this and you can comment this guy. So right click here and you can comment this. Okay, so now it will be treated as transient analysis. From 0 to 5 seconds it will go, and all the values will be same and nothing changed. Okay, just on the basis of time it is showing you now. Okay, so if I'll run it, you can see there is a dialog box appears where you can see the waveforms and your circuit is in downside here. So if I will place my cursor, you can see this is my cursor, and in the bottom left corner if you will see, click to plot VN001. So you can see it is 20 volts and it is going from 0 to 5 seconds because you have defined your transient analysis to be of 5 seconds. And since it is it's a DC circuit, no time domain signal is applied, hence the value is constant at 20 volt. Similarly, this voltage if you will see, so I clicked it, left click, but you can see both the plots are appearing here now. One is 20 volt, which is VN001 because of the color you can see, and one is 10 volt VN002. If you want only one to be shown, just double click it, double click, and you can see it is 10 volt, which we are expecting. Now you can see the current direction also in this case. So here you can see, if you will bring the cursor near to R1, you can see this odd looking type of symbol and it shows the direction of current. That is how you make sure that the way in which direction your current is flowing. So I'll click it. You can see minus 2 milliampere. Now we are looking at voltage as well as current, that's why there are two y-axis. Okay, although x-axis is same. If you want only one to be seen, just double click it. So minus 2 milliampere. Okay, I'll show you in the a closer look I'll give you. So here you can see this odd looking type. Similarly, this flow current also is same. You can see minus 2, and this current also same. You can see the direction. That's the good part. Okay, so tile horizontally, so it's better. Sorry. So now you are aware of the time domain analysis as well as operating point analysis. Now the main use of transient analysis is when you will apply a time domain signal. So I'll right click is advanced, right click at voltage V1 advanced and go to sinusoidal. You have to give some values. So DC offset is from where it will start, so I'll keep 0. The amplitude I'll keep plus minus 1, and the frequency I'll keep 1k. Okay, which means time period will be 1 milliseconds. So just click OK. Now this value changed. You can see sign, DC offset 0, amplitude plus minus 1, and time period 1 millisecond or frequency 1 kilohertz. Now you can see here that if you will do the transient analysis, then how it will look like. So the signal will be now sinusoidal. So for 5 seconds it will show the sinusoidal signals and all the voltages and currents. Okay, so let's run it and let's see the input voltage. So you can see this is means it's like not at all sinusoidal, but if you will zoom it, just zoom it like this, left click and drag, it will go inside. You can see some sinusoidal signals are there. Okay, so if you will zoom to fit, means fit in the within the window, then you are not able to see. But if you are going inside, zooming in, you can see the y-axis. I am zooming in and I can see the cycles. It is because your time period of sinusoidal signal is very low and you are observing the plots for a larger number of time, longer period of time. So that's the reason it is not able to show you properly. It is congested. So the solution to this is to change this value to 5, let's say milliseconds. 5 milliseconds means your sinusoidal signal time period is 1 millisecond and you are going till 5 milliseconds, means 5 cycles will be shown. So it is more properly visible. So now I've changed the transient analysis and I'll run it. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 cycles are shown. So that's how you change the frequency and all. Okay, just keep in mind how many cycles you have to see, and it is going from 0 millisecond to 5 milliseconds. And the value you can see offset is 0 volt, plus minus 1 volt is amplitude. So that is what we expect from the input. Now you can see the output. It will be since the amplitude is plus minus 1, so voltage divider will make it plus minus 0.5. Okay, so you can see it is 500 millivolt to plus minus 500 millivolt. If you want to see both of them, then this is how it will look. So you can see there is a suppression and the amplitude is almost half because of the division of the voltage. Similarly, you can double click to see the current as well. Since it is going from bottom to up, so there is a inversion, you can see, and the current value is minus 100 microampere. Okay, because the amplitude is 1 volt here, you know. Okay, so 1 divided by 10k is the current, which is 100 microampere. So I hope it gave a better picture of how to use transient and operating point analysis. So in the next video I will show you how to use this sweep and how to use this AC analysis as well, because most of the time you will be using this DC operating point, sweep, AC analysis and transient. To be more precise, you will be using transient and AC analysis only. Okay, this will make your job done. So I hope you got the feel. There is nothing else I need to show, I think.